Coitus.
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
I hate you guys.
Anyway, yeah. So we're planning on discussing episode 9 today.
Oh, hello.
There we go.
Yes. Yeah, so I figured it'd be kind of a cool thing, because this is going to be about mid-March or so. Beginning of March. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we actually filmed this in the future. Or no. Wrong. We filmed this in the past.
We pre-record all of our episodes. Well, we try to anyway. Half the time, we don't actually pre-record our episodes. Half the time, we are barely on schedule to get an episode out.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
But, thankfully, we've been, working on getting caught up on our schedule. And so this is pre-recorded.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So at this moment, we don't have a title for episode 9.
I don't think they'll release an episode. I don't think they'll release a title by the time this episode airs.
You don't know, because
I don't think they will.
Because when I was looking,
I don't think either.
When I was looking at my Facebook memories, they had already announced the Last Jedi title.
By this point. Yeah, no, it's not gonna.
So episode 9, I don't know. They might do it in March. I know we're getting the first trailer at Celebration.
Yeah, they might just hold off on
It's
it.
confirmed.
No, 99.99%, because they did it at Anaheim. They did it in Orlando.
The past several years of celebrations, they've waited until Celebration to air a trailer.
The only times they did not
sense.
wait. The only times they did not wait is for Rogue One and for Solo. Solo, the first trailer.
They're not episodes.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
that's what he's pointing out.
Solo came out at football, at the Super Bowl.
At football.
At football.
Okay.
At the footballs.
At the high school game.
Well,
Yes.
American footballs, because European footballs is something very different.
That's you pronounce it football.
Foosball.
Foosball, yes.
Foosball.
Foosball. And there goes our European viewers.
That's not true.
Yeah.
There
All
goes
two of them?
All 2 European viewers.
Yeah.
And that one Venezuelan.
If anything, they'll just get... Well, I mean, to them, they also participate in the foosball.
In the foosball.
Not American foosball.
Not American foosball. Alright, so back to episode 9.
Yeah.
So, Celebration. We'll get the trailer for Celebration.
I don't think there will be a title released by the time this episode comes out. So...
Alright.
I think we'll still be ahead of the curve on our
Hopefully.
guessing game, because pretty much during this episode we're going to talk about episode 9 and possibly hypothesize a title for episode 9.
The
as
title,
well as
key plot points, possibly?
Key plot points, Rey dies.
That would be awesome.
Kylo takes over. Not so awesome. But he never takes
the Earth?
He never takes his helmet off.
That would be awesome.
Kylo gets a new helmet. It looks more like Darth Vader's, and he never takes it off.
I got some stuff for that part too that we'll talk about.
Well, we're talking about right now. What?
Okay, so this may be possible spoilers. So there was some concept art leaked out.
There's a lot of leaks for 9. It doesn't mean...
Okay.
I remember like 6...
That's why I said possible spoilers.
6 to 9 months ago, they had like a leaked opening scroll for episode 9.
No, they probably haven't made it.
No, seriously. Like, they had leaked one. It's looking really relevant, actually, still. The leak. It's not out there anymore, as far as I know.
Gotcha.
But
It is a dark time for the last 2 people in the rebellion.
Yeah, there's like 14.
Mary Poppins.
No, actually, yeah, it's still like... Because in the opening scroll that was leaked, like, 8 months ago or something like that, they were talking about that the movie takes place 5 years.
Yeah, it's not a direct like sequel like you have. There's multiple years. I think I heard it was like 3.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's not exactly the...
Yeah.
It's been out long enough that even if like it was relevant when it was leaked, they had enough time to where they're like, let's rewrite the script a little bit so that just isn't right anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the concepts. So possible spoilers. If you're not into spoilers, you might want to fast forward just a little part. Kylo gets his helmet back. Possibly.
Well, he gets a new helmet.
Yes. Well, no, it's the same helmet, but there is red inside the helmet.
It can't be the same helmet.
There's red inside the helmet that looks like he patched up together, and it's supposed to be kyber crystal inside his helmet.
Why the hell would he do that?
Because it's Kylo. I don't fucking know.
It looks cool.
It doesn't.
It actually did.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it did. Because it looks like red veins inside of the helmet.
He looks like a
dick?
Goddamn retard. You don't put kyber crystals in your fucking face. It's not... It doesn't work that way. To quote someone that actually was Star Wars.
That's not how the Force works?
Yes.
You're scaring me.
Fucking damn.
But yeah, that was one of the things that he gets his helmet back and kyber crystal inside the helmet.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get you. That's definitely not an accurate... Like, you're not getting spoils from that. It's just not happening. That's not going to happen.
Rey had an entire white outfit instead of, like, the gray that she had in Last Jedi.
That'll probably happen because they want to make her out to be like Mother Teresa.
Or Leia.
Lando...
Because they have Leia in 9. Even though they said they weren't going to put her in 9, they lied.
Lando has kind of the same outfit that he did in Solo. His, like, yellow, like, tunic thing that he
had.
Yeah,
because they're actually putting Billy D. Williams back in.
Yeah,
as Lando.
He's going to be a Force ghost, too.
No, he's actually going to be alive.
Well, I mean, Han was still alive, so why wouldn't Lando be?
Yeah.
They were around the same age, so...
Yeah.
Just super old Lando going around like, I'm gonna fuck some bitches, and then pops his fucking hip joint out and is like, fuck my hip!
What the fuck did that come from?
He's old.
Okay.
Because he can't be Mary Poppins, he's gonna...
He doesn't have the Force, and that's a fact. He fucks robots.
So people who fuck robots don't have the Force?
Exactly, yeah. That's exactly what he said.
I mean, how many people that fuck robots do you know have the Force?
I don't know. Anakin was kind of friendly with all the...
No. He made them.
yeah, he made them, alright.
Well, he made C-3PO. He didn't make R2.
No. But he was kind of chummy with R2, so, you know.
No one's chummy with R2. R2 is a piece of shit. Even after he was made.
Dude! Sacrilege!
No,
Yes!
C-3PO is a dick.
You said R2.
Oh, no, R2's... I'm sorry. R2's an asshole, too.
Okay.
I mean, if we
he's an
understood half the
asshole.
fucking...
Oh, there's no doubt. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
If we understood half the fucking beeps that he was actually
no
saying, like, I'm sure the sass is strong with him.
Yeah. Don't get
But
technical
C-3PO
with
is a
me.
piece of shit. Sorry. C-3PO is a piece of shit. My bad.
There you go. Alright.
He's a dick, he's not a piece of shit, though.
He's totally a piece of shit. Why do you think they turn him off half the time? Because they don't want to listen to his dumbass.
It's funny, though.
It's irrelevant.
Your
They could
mom's
just
irrelevant.
leave him off. She's a very nice lady.
Sorry,
She's
I
going in for
apologize.
surgery, too. Yeah, that's right. Invasive surgery. There's always a risk of it going bad. That's right.
So thanks for joining us today.
Let's hypothesize the title of episode 9. What do you think it's going to be? Possibly. We have Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Episode 9, The Last Jedi. No, seriously, The Last Jedi this time.
The Jedi Awaken. It starts with Rey waking up.
Can it be the same sound that she made in like the first trailer for the Last Jedi? She's like, like she just woke up from and having a panic attack.
Yeah, that could be it, yeah.
Cool.
And that's like the beginning of the movie, she awakens, and then you're like, dun da da da, title.
And that's it. 30 seconds.
Jedi wake up.
The Jedi hit snooze.
It's 5 more minutes.
There's going to be an of the in the title.
Are you sure?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. This is the last one.
Jedi of
In
the
the chili.
snooze.
Well, this is,
In the chili? It's the last one of the chili.
Trilogy. Last one of the Skywalker saga.
So, resurgence of the Poppins? Since they're bringing her back? Liars? Fuckers?
yeah.
Liar fuckers? Fucking liars?
Fucking liars.
Fucker liars.
Yeah, no, it's just frustrating that they lied about that. They should have just respected Carrie Fisher and not put her in it.
Mention Leia, but that's it.
Yeah, or just like kill her off screen. Because honestly, they should have just killed her in 8
Instead of Mary Poppins.
instead of Mary Poppins in this shit.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
The Last Jedi.
yeah.
Here we go again.
Oh,
A new dope.
no.
And Jay and Silent Bob do the next trilogy.
Bringing sexy back.
Jedi of the Sexy?
No.
No?
Awakening of the sexy.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
And they
okay.
recast Rey?
Well,
That
like
would be great.
no. Rey's like the teacher. She becomes like Luke, and then there's a new one that they bring in because they have to like completely just, and it's like some hot chick,
I got it.
and
I got it.
she is the awakening of the sexy.
This one's real.
Okay.
This is real.
Okay.
The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi.
Mhm.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
For only an additional $9.99.
But wait, there's a more.
15 easy installments.
Sham wow.
Sham.
Crikey.
Wow.
Terrible.
Episode 9. Crikey.
That'd be great.
But then they would try to digitally have the Crocodile Hunter in there too.
No, well, yeah, I guess
no,
they
he'd be a
could.
Force Ghost.
Steve Irwin.
Force Ghost.
Yeah, Steve Irwin could totally be a Force Ghost and be like, now listen here, you don't go near the crocodile or the crate dragon. Don't go near the crate dragon.
I like the
From the
misstep
rear.
in the dialogue.
There we
That's
go.
awesome.
Yeah, like, you know, well, he's not from Star Wars, so he doesn't know what this shit's called. He deals with real animals.
Crate dragons are real, asshole.
No, they're not.
They're just in a galaxy far, far away.
Komodo dragons are real.
You're
I know, I'm a Debbie
ruining
Downer.
my childhood.
I'm a Debbie Downer. Star Wars isn't real. Deal with it.
That should be the name of the episode.
Debbie Downer?
No!
Oh.
Star Wars isn't real! But
I got it. The Last Hope. Or
The Last Hope?
The Last
I like
Hope.
it. I like it. You may be onto something there.
The Last of the Hope. No, okay.
That's just
I'll
dumb.
take it.
No.
There's The Last
The
Hope.
Last Hope actually may work.
Because it can work in both, like, hey, this is the last hope of the trilogy actually being good. It's one episode, and it's also the last hope for the rebellion. Or the resistance.
The resistance, because they're not the
rebellion.
Yeah. But then there's also Kathleen Kennedy Strikes Again.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a thing that can happen.
And again, and again, and again, and again.
So, I mean, there's that.
Bitch won't die?
That has too many, like... They could be referring to Rey. They could be referring to Kathleen
Rose.
Kennedy. They could be referring
to
Rose.
The Rose.
Rose?
The Rose Strikes Again.
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Jeez.
That's Citizen Kane, asshole.
Star Wars Episode 9.
Citizen
Rosebud.
Rosebud. And then dies. Rey wakes up, says Rosebud, then dies. And that's the beginning of the movie.
I like it so far.
Well, no, because then it goes back and it has to explain, like, 7 and 8 all over again.
And then it's 2.5 hours of Rose.
Yeah.
And then, no, it's her, like, she does, like, a dialogue. Like, you're probably wondering how I got to this point. Like, it freeze frames.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
And it visits back episodes.
Oh, my
7 and 8.
God. Oh, man. Or it could be, like, Episode 9. Episode 9's Day Off.
There you go. Yeah.
It is like Ferris Bueller reference, and then it's pretty much
And
Rey.
it takes place in Chicago still.
Yeah.
Then we could bring in they could bring in the whole Coruscant drift thing.
Yeah. Who would play Cameron in that? I want to say that would be
Kylo, because he's moody.
No, it'd be Poe.
Ooh, I was thinking more Finn. I was thinking Finn.
Finn?
Yeah.
Finn would be Cameron.
You think so?
Rey would...
Poe would be Han.
No. Poe, Poe
Uh-huh.
Poe would be Ferris Bueller.
Oh!
Yeah,
Finn,
dude.
I thought we were talking
No.
Tokyo Drift, sorry. I was going with Tokyo Drift.
And he was referring to Han from Tokyo Drift.
Drift.
Okay,
not
yeah.
Han Solo.
So if you're just as confused as I am, have a drink.
Yeah. It's BlueMilk drinking game. He took a drink. You gotta take a drink.
I laughed.
Right.
Gotta take another
Oh,
drink.
jeez. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm trying to remember what I say. What do I have to say to get him
Regardless,
a drink?
asshole.
Regardless. There we go.
Dude.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Like,
How did you forget? I know you haven't said it in a while.
I haven't said it in a while, so it's left in my vocabulary. Anyway. Yeah, I say anyway now.
For you people who use literally way too often,
Way too literally?
change literally to allegedly. See how much fun you can have.
Allegedly. Go fuck yourself. Allegedly. But yeah, no. So, I think... So,
I allegedly want to beat the crap out of you right now.
fair enough.
Okay. See how much fun that is?
Rey is Ferris's girlfriend. Poe is Ferris Bueller, and Finn is Cameron.
Alright.
In that whole scenario.
No!
Yeah, and you cannot tell me you can't see Poe Dameron
Kylo is Cameron.
singing
that's
a
what
song.
I said.
Yeah,
No, Kylo could not be Cameron.
Why
I
not?
understand he's
Cameron
emo.
is depressive.
So is Finn.
And then Cameron's dad could be Luke. The one
No,
who's angry all the time, yeah.
no, because Luke is dead. So it doesn't
That doesn't
matter.
mean he's not angry.
Yeah, Force
I
Ghost,
understand
bro.
that. No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, Yoda.
Force Ghost, he's dead.
I
Yeah,
want to
but
say
Yoda is still
Yoda.
angry.
Yoda's the principal.
I was gonna ask about the principal, so yeah.
Yoda's
That
the
could
principal, and he's constantly trying to prove that they're skipping
Yeah.
Jedi school.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay, this got way
Derailed.
off track.
Well, I mean,
So,
It's worse than Amtrak's.
no, there wasn't even a crash. It just kind of left the track and is still
It's
floating
on,
away.
It's on the highway.
Fair
It's
enough.
on the highway still.
Still going. still running.
Okay.
Okay, titles.
Titles.
Serious
Catholic.
titles. Let's try
okay, so The Last
titles.
Hope.
The Last Hope is actually, I like that.
Yeah. I do like
The
that
Last
one.
Hope.
The Last Hope.
The Last Hope. Or just Last Hope. Because I was thinking of, like, episode 4.
Isk.
Yeah. It's definitely... Because what was episode 4?
New Hope?
New Hope.
A New Hope, yeah. So, like, the last...
No, it was the Star Wars.
The Star
It was
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was just Star Wars.
So it should be
in
called The Hope then. Episode 9, The Hope.
No, it's going to be, like, The Last Hope or something.
Just leave it
like
as
that.
episode 9.
No, they're not going to do that. It would be cool if they actually just left it as Star Wars, just to confuse people with episode 4.
Just a final middle finger from Captain Kennedy.
Yeah.
No, this is Star Wars right here. It's directed by J.J. Abrams, who was famous for Star Trek.
For making it too much like Star Wars.
For making Star Trek too much like Star Wars, and now he's making Star Wars just not Star Warsy enough.
No, like too much like Star Wars.
I think he'll make it. I think he'll
do a good
make
job.
up for it this round.
He kind of has
Of course, I don't think it was his. I don't think it was entirely his fault the first time.
No.
Well, they definitely brought him back because they're like, people like 7 more than they liked 8.
Mm-hmm.
So come back, JJ. Come back.
Well, The Last Jedi ended with the stupid kid in the broom, the little Harry Potter motion.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well,
I mean, I was just showing
The
that
last
they're...
room?
The Last Hope works for,
Hope that kid dies.
Well, The Last Hope, I think, is
Holy-
just...
and it would be in
it's-
reference. It would be in reference to the next generation of actual Jedi.
Well, The Last Hope I wanted...
Since there are no Jedi Masters anymore.
Well, no, it's... it's from the leaks, from what I understand, is that Rey is actually going to be teaching the next generation of Jedi.
Oh, fuck.
She's actually a teacher now, like Luke was in... Well, never, technically, in any of them. But...
Well, he was. They did.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
I mean-
Kylo and he had Academy and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. But that was in between, what is it, 6 and 7?
Yeah. So,
That happened in between 6 and 7, and it happened pretty much off camera. So, like, they talk about it,
Right.
whatever. But they actually want to show, like, Rey in a position of leadership teaching the next generation of Force-sensitive Jedi. And the reason why I call it The Last Hope is essentially, like, Rey is the last hope of the Jedi because if she fucks up on teaching these kids to not be Jedi,
But she's,
there are no more Jedi.
but she's not a Jedi, so she can't be teaching them to be Jedi.
Technically,
Luke said she was.
Don't get technical with me.
She is a Jedi.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I didn't say literally, asshole.
Yeah,
I
he
still,
did-
we
he
could
just-
say allegedly in this one actually
I don't
makes
want
sense. Allegedly.
Technically, she is a Jedi because both Yoda and Luke were like, she took the book, so you're good.
That doesn't mean she read them.
Oh no, she's gonna read them.
She's
It'll be 2.5 hours of her trying to decipher this shit.
No, that happened off camera. Because remember, they're skipping like,
that's true.
3 to
That
5
is true.
years. If it took her like 3 to 5 years to read a book, I'd be concerned that, yeah, she is illiterate and incapable of teaching.
Well,
I
it
wouldn't
makes
put that
sense
past her.
because
She
she
was-
was born
she-
she grew up on Jakku
Yep.
Yeah.
without really teaching or anything like that.
Well, without like reading much
Yeah.
either. Like, I don't
So-
ever see her read anything.
Probably
so-
when she downloaded the Force and all that stuff from Kylo, she downloaded how to read
There you
all
go.
that stuff.
There you go.
We can just use that.
Okay,
excuse.
it's terrible, but it's valid.
Sure,
I'll
because
give you that.
apparently the Force is you can use that as
It's like an STD.
It's more. I was thinking more of like an internet connection, but okay.
Well, no, remember, so,
Okay,
like,
virus.
you gotta realize,
Yeah.
when she got connected to Kylo by,
Because of snow.
Ugly face McGee that got cut in half. He's irrelevant. He doesn't matter. They cut him in half
doesn't
last
matter.
movie. They never explained his background, so it doesn't matter. He's an irrelevant character.
Same.
So
Jacob's an irrelevant character.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
allegedly. Yeah, so when he connected them, so the midi-chlorians in Kylo Ren were like transmitted over to Rey,
That's actually not where the fan theory goes.
and she got like this STD of the Force that awakened.
It was actually during Force Awakens.
Yeah, that the midi-chlorians got activated.
Yeah, and all that stuff when Kylo was trying to do like the whole
molestation thing on her?
Yeah.
The force.
Because he had her in a
The
chair
force-
and she was like...
the force fingers?
The
No, the force
forcing
fingers
of the
was
force.
Snoke.
The forcing of the force.
The forcing of the force?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upon
That's a
Rey.
good one, too.
Forcing of the force.
Yeah, I like that as a title.
That should be a porn parody.
It probably is.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Oh, please don't.
I'm going to look it up.
No
There
links.
are no links.
The two editors. There are no links down below. If you're interested, look it up
Find it
yourself.
on
There's Google.
Find it on your own.
But yeah, so I'm just of the opinion that like the way they're gonna go with this is like Rey is the last hope of the Jedi to like make sure the Jedi continue on in any capacity. So, and they still like they've pretty much forgotten the Sith at this point. Like they just don't wanna. They don't wanna like bring them in for some reason because
Probably because they don't want to ruin it, which is a good thing. They can just ruin their own fucking group that they're going to make.
they're ruining the Jedi. But I mean, that's
They ruin
okay.
themselves, the
Yeah,
Jedi.
I'm trying to think of a serious title.
There was
The Sith Strike Back, Rise of the Sith.
Maybe?
That would be a weird
the
last
Sith-
title.
The Sith shall rise again.
Well, Rising of the Sith.
This needs to be a good ending to it, though.
Star Wars forever.
Because if you do The Last Hope,
Yeah,
that's a good ending title.
yeah. I mean, like Rise of the Sith would be weird. It would have made more sense to have that as like Episode 8 title.
Yeah.
If they had gone that route and actually made like Snoke into an actual Sith and then
Right.
he turns Kylo into a Sith and then the Sith rise again kind of thing, like that would have made
That
a
would
lot
have made
more
a good
sense.
movie.
Star Wars
Would have been
episode,
better.
Episode 9, Balance of the Force.
That's a good one.
Balance
That
of the
is good.
Force, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
That's a legit title. That could
Mhm.
work.
There's also one that's been floating around. It's called the New Order, but you can take that in different ways. That
Yeah.
it's the New Order of the Jedi, New Order of like the
Order 66.
Well, if Rey and Kylo end up getting together at some point,
I
then
don't
a
think
new
that's going to
order
happen.
would work.
well,
But that's not an ending.
No.
That's a beginning of something else.
which
And we
Disney
need,
might
we
wanna
need
start.
But
Well,
we
see,
need
the
to
thing is-
end this.
Well, they're going to end it, but they want to leave it open so that they can continue it. But they're going to continue it without the Skywalker. Like, it's the end of
Right.
the Skywalker line
Yeah.
kind of thing. So they want to leave it open to where it can be continued in any direction they want to take it.
Well, and as much as I don't like Disney, if you guys aren't aware, I
Wait.
don't really care for Disney right now.
you don't like Disney.
Not for the last couple of years.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Didn't know that.
I would be interested to see them start another trilogy of trilogies.
Imagine like it's
Well, Ryan Johnson, from what I understand, still has his trilogy.
yeah. There was rumors like on Friday that a big old rumor said Ryan Johnson got thrown out of his trilogy, and then literally the next morning they're like
Allegedly.
he's got thrown out of his trilogy, and then the next morning he's like, no, he still has his trilogy. Shut the fuck up, people.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. But that's something I probably would be interested in
One
seeing.
of the things I just thought of is that it could be Rey and Kylo have like a Force User Academy, and that could be like a reality TV show.
Oh, it'll be a sitcom or something. Yeah.
A reality TV
The
show.
real Sith.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the real Force user.
The real Force Users of Beverly Hills.
Party of Sith.
Well, I was thinking the real world, it would be like the real Star
Sithy
Wars?
something.
The
real Star Wars?
The real
Force?
The real Force? The real Force, but in nothing but the Force?
No, just the real Force, because it's the real world.
No. It'd
It's a
just be gray.
Nothing's gray in Star Wars anymore.
Which is why Kylo and Rey would have to be the teachers, because
It's
they
true.
both
It's sad, but true.
they would be both gray-ish, but one leads towards the dark side, Rey leads towards the light side, but together they balance each other.
They did have a wonderfully choreographed fight scene together
That was a good fight scene.
in 8.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Like, they danced well together.
Yes. Yes.
You could dance if you want to.
Dancing with the Sith.
No, just dancing with the Star Wars.
Dancing with the Force. Dancing with the...
Well, no, because then you're not like if you do Dancing
don't
with the
wanna put
Force.
Star
I want to
Wars
see
in the whole
Phasma dance. She doesn't. She's involved with the Force.
Phasma doing the Nutcracker Suite.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's kind of a good one.
Yeah. So what, like, for real plots do you... Plot
points.
No, you don't want plot holes.
Plot holes. What serious
We don't
plot
want
holes do you
plot holes.
Any plot holes. If there are a bunch of plot holes in 9...
You know they're going to be.
No, well, I mean, it's JJ. He likes his black boxes.
No, not going to touch it. Nope, not going to touch it.
Neither does JJ.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, if there are a bunch of plot holes in 9, it's going to be bad.
Let's assume... We
can't assume. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Let's hope...
There we go.
Let's hope
Yeah.
that this is a solid story.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a solid ending.
So, where could it go?
Kylo dies.
Sacrificing himself.
No.
Yeah.
No.
4?
I think if they actually bring in the Knights of Ren, he loses control of the Knights of Ren, and he sacrifices himself to save Rey at the end of it.
If anything, he's
solid.
If anything, he's not going to... They're not going to bring the Knights... Well, they might bring the Knights of Ren in, but I don't think they're going to bring the Knights of Ren in because they could have done that and they didn't.
Well, that's because Rian Johnson was doing it.
Dude, he had the setup. He could have put the Knights of Ren in.
He could have, and he should have. But that's history.
I mean, technically, or allegedly, you could say that the guards that were around Snoke were the Knights of Ren.
I don't...
No,
so.
there were Praetorian. The Praetorian guards?
Praetorian.
Praetorian guard?
guards?
You mean
Yeah.
the same ones that guarded the Emperor?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. They were just upgraded?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
had the
actually
really
a little
cool
bit more
stabs.
samurai.
Yeah.
Actually.
They seemed like it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
And they had the really
masculine
cool
and
weapons.
stuff.
They had different weapons. They didn't have, like, force staffs, which is what the original Praetorian Guard had.
Yeah, no, they were, I can't remember. They kind of look like, what is it, vibro blades?
Vibro blades?
Yeah, it's vibro blades.
A double-sided vibro blade sword?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of like how the...
And then it separated and that guy was going nuts with it, yeah.
which is why it would block a lightsaber at that point, too.
They could bring the Knights of Ren in, but I mean, I don't think... At this point, it would seem weird to bring in the Knights of Ren. On top of that, like, they've pretty much just left that entire plot point back in 7. So it just seems a little too late to bring it in, if they were to bring it in. I think Kylo... If you go for the redemption path on Kylo, he'll lose control of the...
New Order?
First Order.
First Order. New Order.
That's a song group, and Kylo is not in any way related to that. New Order's good.
Yeah, the New Order went in one direction, and it just...
I was thinking something else because One Direction is another group.
Yeah, One Direction is also another group.
That's where I was going.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay, cool.
but no, so I
They
think...
went from boys to men.
Are they now Dust in the Wind?
That's actually before all of them.
Shit.
We're not in Kansas City anymore.
Anyway.
I think, if anything... I think Kylo will probably lose control of the First Order. And...
Hux takes...
I think Hux has the repressed rage and
Of a redhead stepchild.
No kidding.
and the drive to take over the First Order, because he was ready to do it at the end of 8. Like, he was very much ready, like, I'm in charge now. But Kylo took over, and that... I mean, it's like kicking a puppy. You don't do it, because you kick a puppy, and eventually it'll grow up to be a very angry dog. But yeah, no, I think Kylo will get outsed by Hux, like, essentially Hux will betray Kylo at some point during the movie, and Kylo will pretty much like be left for dead in the betrayal where Hux takes over the First Order. And Rey will probably show up and like rescue Kylo and like
no one else is going to trust him.
Like revive him or like bring him back kind of thing. And I think he'll, if anything, Kylo will be the closest to Grey, but I think they're going to go for a redemption path and not have him die like Vader. Because they don't want that. They actually want... Because it's Disney. They want, like, a happy ending. So the happy ending...
They're getting farther and farther away from the happy ending, though.
No, they're not, actually. Because I could very easily see 9 going the route of the happy ending where, like, Rey lives, Poe lives, Finn lives, Rose lives. Like...
Sounds really
Kylo's gonna live, and Kylo and Rey are gonna end up together, like Prince Charming.
Lives.
Solo.
No, they're not gonna kill Hux, or Hux is gonna cause his own death.
Yeah.
Because that's generally how it works in Disney movies with villains, is the villain either dies due to his own machinations, or doesn't die, and gets, like, imprisoned in something. And I could definitely see Hux... Yeah. Or I could definitely see Hux going out on, like he pushes a Star Destroyer, like, too hard, and it ends up, like, internally blowing itself up. Well, no, like, he orders, like, the Star Destroyer to do a specific thing, and they're like, sir, we can't do that. And he's like, get the hell out of the way. And then he pushes the button, and it, like, causes this chain reaction in the Star Destroyer that ends up causing it to blow up, and Hux ends up dying in the process of trying to escape because he's a little bitch. And he tries to get away, but ends up dying in the process, and that's how he'll go out like a bitch, because he is.
That actually sounds like a cool death.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fitting death for him, but I mean, I could definitely see Hux going out that way, but in the interim, I would see Kylo essentially becoming more towards the light side. I would we would like to see him go gray, if anything.
Oh, yeah.
And possibly bring Rey towards the gray side as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that there's like these two gray Force users, not necessarily Jedi, because they would be melding essentially the teachings of both the Sith and the Jedi into one new kind of teaching that would be gray, where it would be a more balanced way, which I guess is ultimately where they should be going, but I don't think they will go that route because everything's black and white in Star Wars because George Lucas wants it to be black and white.
So this would make
and
a good
Disney
ending if it does go gray.
That would
because
be
the black and white finally goes.
Yeah, and it's
boom.
essentially like the yin and yang,
and which is why it would totally be the title would be Balance of the Force.
Right.
Yeah, that would make sense. But I don't think they are going to go that way. I think they're going to go the route of, like, Kylo gets redeemed, comes to the light side.
Sacrifices himself.
No, doesn't sacrifice himself at all. He's not going to sacrifice himself at all. He's not going to die because this is Disney, and they have to have their Prince Charming and their princess. Rey is the princess.
No,
Kylo's the princess.
Kylo's the princess.
You guys, that's the joke.
This is 2019. He is the princess.
That is the joke. That is the joke that everyone has been perpetuating in all of the memes out there. But to Disney, Kylo is the Prince Charming and Rey is the princess. Plain and simple. That's how Disney sees it. That's how they're going to write it.
You've seen those pecs, right?
Yeah, I know.
He's
His square fucking torso. But, I mean, that's how Disney's gonna write it. Kylo is gonna get redeemed, come to the light side, end up hooking up with Rey. They're gonna be Prince and Princess Charming, and they're gonna ride off into the sunset, and it's gonna be happily ever after.
The twin sunset.
And they're gonna ride off the Millennium Falcon or some shit. I don't know, but that's gonna be the ending. It's gonna suck a lot.
It's gonna suck a lot.
Like, the only good part is if they keep the death sequence that I just described for Hux, if they keep that in, that'll be good. That'll be the only redeeming factor in the movie, or the ending of that movie.
Alright, so, real quick, how much do you think it's gonna make globally? Episode 9. Don't worry about the... Do you think passing 1 billion?
Well, wait, how much did 8 make?
Past 1 billion.
How much did 7 make?
3rd worldwide ever. Still.
Wow.
It's like 1.7.
Well, 1.7.
No, it's like 2 point something.
They've got the...
Up here.
They've got the last episode of the trilogy going for them.
Fuck you, timer.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
They've got the last episode of the trilogy going for them, so that'll make money.
And last episode of
You asked me a question, let me finish. People hated episode 8, so that marks against them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily
I'm
true.
still answering the question. That's true. I don't think it'll make as much as 7 did, but it'll definitely make more than 8. How much did 8 make?
I can look it up real quick. Can we do that?
No, don't worry about it. I'll just leave it as it'll make more than 8
okay.
and less than 7.
Okay. So we'll kind of just do that. Do you think it'll make more than 7?
So my counterpoint to that is that you said that 8 being bad will be a mark against 9, but the thing is you have to look at the fact that the fact that get some more meat on your shoulder. The fact that JJ is returning to 9 essentially kind of like people are like, we didn't like 8 a lot.
JJ would be a draw, yeah.
But the fact that they went away from the direction that 8 went. And they were like, well, we dropped Rian Johnson, we picked up JJ again, who directed 7 that everyone loved, so you're getting a lot more appeal that way. So I think it will and the fact that I'll agree with you on the fact that it is like the last.
It'll be closer to 7 than 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I'll do that as well. I mean, because none of us know specific numbers on how much any of the previous movies have made.
Both of them above 1 billion.
Yeah. I said none of us know specifics. I mean, we could put them up here, sure. But
again,
I'm fairly deep leaning on the side that 9 will make close to 7, if not more.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards you as well, just because it's also just the last of the Skywalker saga as well. Not only is it just the last of the trilogy, it also has that to it. It's also maybe going to be the last episode that we're going to get for a very long time.
Maybe.
So I'm going to go closer to 7,
marketing.
if not more. If it depends on the marketing, depending on the trailers. If the trailers are going to be anything like Episode 7, then the trailers are going to be really good. Because I did not like the first trailer for Episode 8.
Be prepared for a lot of lens flare.
I'm okay with that. It looked good in Episode 7.
Maybe JJ is just learning how to make lens flare more palatable. Allegedly.
So yeah, I'm going to go towards more you, closer to 7, if not more than 7.
Alright.
Which will be a high mark to do, but yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, doesn't it have to compete with Avatar 2? Because isn't that coming out sometime?
No, not this year. It's next year. They keep pushing it back. It's next year.
Yeah, are there supposed to be like 5, but they're simultaneously filming like 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for joining us on the BlueMilk Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check out our sister podcasts of Real Film Nerds and The Mile High Show.
They just celebrated...
Real Film Nerds just celebrated its first year.
Of it.
Of putting out episodes, so be sure to go check them out. They'll appreciate it.
Poindexter Awards if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. And
listen to it, not seen it.
Yeah.
Sure to leave any comments as to whether or not you have any strong opinions to what was stated today. And
bye.
Come to the dark side.